Hi, I'm Jess with Jess'a Closet Chat. Today I'm making absolutely delicious, easy, cheesy macaroni and cheese. The reason why I say this macaroni and cheese is easy, friends, is because we're not doing any shredding of cheese. This is a macaroni and cheese that you're going to make during the week when you're trying to get something quick and easy, fast on the table. Okay, so right here I have half a block of Velveeta. I have 1/3 of this original Philadelphia cream cheese. I'm using triple cheddar cheese and also mild cheddar cheese. For my noodles, I'm using this large elbow. I have 2.5 cups of half and half going here already, and also have 16 cups of water going here for the noodles. The package asks for 16 cups of water. So I have this here already back here, and I put in 1 teaspoon of salt into the water as well. And so the water is going. And so now let's get the cheese into this 2.5 cups of milk. Okay, so right here, friend, we have our cheese just cooking down so it can melt. And so we're just going to keep stirring it until it melts down some. Okay, so as it's melting, and as you can see, like the cream cheese, you're going to see the little white spots in there. It's going to break down some. But as I do it, I just continue to stir it. And then I just kind of smash it down with my stirring spoon as it's melting down. But as it's doing this, friend, let's go ahead and add our packs of cheese to it. Okay, I'm adding my triple cheddar. And now I'm going to add my mild cheddar to my pot. And I'm just going to continue to stir this in because we're waiting for this to melt down. Now for this here, I'm not making a roux. I'm just making a basic cheese sauce here. And the thing is, I'm going to show you. So I'm not going to even let this cheese melt all the way down because once I get my noodles to go in, so I'm waiting for my water to boil here. So once I add my noodles over here, my noodles are going to be hot when I add the cheese, and so that's going to help the cheese melt some more. And then once I put the cheese into the oven, it'll finish, and it's just going to come out perfect, y'all. You'll see. So I know right now it might look a little suspect, but it's going to come out perfect. And so I'm just going to continue to stir this down until, like I said, the cheese melts some more. And then now I'm just waiting on my water to boil. And so what I do as well, I have a cup of milk here just on the side. I'm sorry, a cup of half and half on the side here, just in case once my cheese begin to dilute some. If it's thicker than what I want, I just add a little milk here, just a little milk until I get it to the consistency that I want. So I'm going to continue to work on my cheese, and I'm waiting on the water to begin to boil. The cheese has plenty of salt in it. Now next, so typically when you use a macaroni and cheese recipe, typically the recipe calls for white pepper. I like black pepper in my macaroni and cheese, so I've always used black pepper. Now, if you prefer white pepper, by all means, put it into yours. Myself personally, I prefer the black pepper. Okay, now that I've added some black pepper to my noodles, this is how it's looking. I am now going to add my cheese sauce into my noodles. Okay, so friend, now I'm just going to pour this cheese sauce straight into these noodles here. And as you can see here, my cheese is not completely melted, but I'm okay with it because, remind you what I told you, I'm going to let it finish. These noodles are going to help melt the cheese, finish it off, and also it's going to melt completely once I put it into the oven. So, friend, let me get this additional cheese out this pot, and I'll be right back with you. Now, friend, I'm just going to continue to stir this cheese into this macaroni and cheese here. So it's a little thick here, but remind you the cheese still needs to melt down some. So let me just pour a few drops of milk in here. And that is because I'm going to also put it back in the oven, put it into the oven, so I don't want it to dry out. Because yes, macaroni and cheese can dry out, friends. So I just add a little more half and half to it. And so I'm pretty pleased with this consistency here. And as you can see, this is extremely cheesy, friend. And right here would be a good time to taste your macaroni and cheese just to assure it has enough flavors to it. And salt and pepper is the only thing I use. I do not use any onion powder, garlic powder. I don't do any other powders. I don't use paprika. I just simply use this. And remind you, this is the macaroni and cheese that I make during the week if I'm trying to do something quick and fast. This is not a special holiday macaroni and cheese that I make, nor is it something I would take to work as a potluck. So I will do a recipe like that later in the year. If you would like to see it sooner, just send me a comment and I will give you the recipe, or I will put out a video showing that recipe sooner. A little more milk, friends. Okay. This is good right here. So now, friend, I'm going to get ready to put this macaroni and cheese into my Pyrex. And so I'm going to stick my Pyrex into the oven. I have butter in my Pyrex dish already. And I just wanted to melt down some. Now, you can't just simply butter your Pyrex, or you can spray it with, the spray canned butter. I like to put one little square of butter into my Pyrex and stick it into my oven so it can melt down completely. So let's get that started. Okay, friend, now that my butter has melted into my baking dish here, I did forget to tell you. So we also need mozzarella cheese. Friend, I totally forgot to tell you that. And I also, another thing I did, I went on ahead and added the remainder of my black pepper because, like I said, I really like my macaroni and cheese with black pepper in it. And so I did not add any additional salt from that. So I used 1 teaspoon of salt, and I used 2 teaspoons of black pepper. But once again, please, if you prefer white pepper, use your white pepper. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer this macaroni and cheese into this dish here. And the reason I'm going to layer it because I'm going to add some mozzarella in between the layers. And so just spoon it out, friend. Or if you want to pour it out to do it a little faster, you could do that as well. But since I'm trying to videotape this and show you, let me just continue to do what I'm doing, friend, before I mess something up here. Now, I probably should have used a little smaller dish because I never really make macaroni and cheese this small. Because my family is a family of 6, so I normally make a little larger portion. I normally use 2 bags of those. It's a little larger. Okay, so here's my first layer. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to sprinkle this mozzarella in between here. Now, the mozzarella is what's going to give you that pull. Oops, friend. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Hands are clean. That's one of the first rules of coming into the kitchen. Hands are always clean. Okay. And so let me just kind of spread this out some. Oh, my goodness. Okay. So I'm just going to sprinkle this out some. I'm going to put a little more cheese on this here. Okay. That should be enough, friend, for this layer here. And then we're just going to spread that out some here. And now I'm going to put the remainder noodles over this here. And we're just going to repeat the step we just did. Cheese on top of cheese on top of cheese here going on to the oven. And I'll get back with you once it's ready. Okay, I am not going to cover it up, but you know what? I'm going to put a little thin piece of foil on top. Okay, friends, I have taken the macaroni and cheese out of the oven. So I left the macaroni and cheese in there for maybe 15 minutes. I left it in there 10 minutes, like I said, with the foil on top, took the foil off. And then I did turn my broil on. But remember, I have a electric oven, not as gas, so it doesn't do as well. And I didn't want to leave it in too much longer. Okay, so now is the time. So let's see. Let's plate some of this macaroni and cheese, y'all. So we're just going to work on this corner here. Let's see it. Now look how creamy that is. You see that pool, friend? That's what everybody wanted, that pool, right? So let's do it over here so you can see it better. Let me give you a better angle. So I'll put my spoon in here. See how cheesy that is? And look at that pool, y'all. This is flavor on top of flavor. On top of flavor, honey. This is some good stuff. And once again, your kids will love it. It doesn't have, like I said, it's a very simple. Oh, look at that, honey. It's a very simple, quick and easy macaroni and cheese for a weeknight. Your kids will love it. They little people, they will love it as well. Matter of fact, let me call one of my people in here so they can let you know how it tastes and see if they like it or not. So let me get one of the people in here so they can test my macaroni cheese for you. Okay, y'all, I have one of my people to come out here and taste test it for me. So when I say the people, I'm talking about my children, right? So they're a little camera shy, all of them. So, but I do have one that is willing to taste test it for me, but he don't want to show his face, but he's going to taste it for me. So if you could taste it for me, please. How is it?
Delicious.
It's delicious. Is it creamy?
Yes.
So is it cheesy?
Cheesy. Everything.
It's delicious, okay? All right, y'all. So there we go. He said it is delicious. And y'all, look, he's taking a plate. And this is not one of mine that even really likes macaroni and cheese, y'all. So for him to take it and say he's gonna finish it, that is a good sign for me. And he took a little thing I was showing y'all. But that's okay. Go ahead, eat it. So y'all, so I have now wrapped up. So once again, this is Jess with Just Across the Chat. And so today we were in the kitchen making macaroni and cheese. So please try my recipes. Once you have, please send me a comment to let me know how you liked it. So until next time, you all take care and so long.